Jai Hind everyone, welcome back to the Joe Squad. हमारी previous episode की तरह keep appreciating us and इसलिए please subscribe before we dive into the video. All right, I hope all of you can see this. This is the fourth episode to What's Up in the Week, a series of current affairs, weekly current affairs brought to you by the Joe Squad and me, ex-cadet Ayaan Ahmad. So let's get into the video. This will be of the previous week, as as you all know. So we'll start with September 28th, 2024. This time, a new addition has been made to the series. This is called the shortest good to know news, which is basically इसमें तुम्हें ज़्यादा dive in नहीं करना पड़ेगा to all these things. तुम्हें बस पता होना चाहिए. These are important facts with respect to your lectorate and GD. All of you guys will be going, whoever is cleared CTS or NCC special entry, whatever SSB you've got now. तो whatever you've got now, this is the time. SSB अब से start हो जाएगा, ठीक है? So all the best for your SSB, and all these facts are very important for your lecturate and GD, for your current affairs. We'll keep this. We'll go on. Kerala reports second case of monkeypox infection. This is the first one. There is a ferry that has been restarted between India and Sri Lanka, and after 40 years, called the Nagapattinam Kankesanthurai, and is important for trade, local community, cultural ties, commercial ties, and civilizational ties between the two countries. UK, US, and France backed the India's bid for a permanent seat in the United Nations Security Council. BrahMos Aerospace to have job quota for Agniveers for at least 15% of technical and general administration vacancies. Okay, so what is the important case? Second case of monkeypox. नाम मैंने तो काफी इसको बुचर किया था, बट याद रख लेना, ठीक है? इट स्टार्टेड आफ्टर 40 years between India and Sri Lanka, a ferry. Then UK, US, and France backed India's bid for a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. UK, US, and France. Next, Bangladeshi infiltration is changing demography of a Jharkhand region. The National Commission of Scheduled Tribes, NCST, important, has asserted that infiltration is taking place in Jharkhand's Santhal Pargana region and the demography is changing. The infiltration, according to the report, has taken place in the last 2 decades. Last 20 years, this infiltration has been taking place, and it has now reached Jharkhand's Santhal Pargana region. Sorry, what is this? Next, we'll go on. All these articles again are in the link in description. After going through this video, please check them out. They're very important. Russia's geopolitical pivot to Asia and a new India chapter. Long-range rockets, futuristic ammunition are on army wish list. The Indian Army is going for an extended range of rockets, which has proven to be decisive in indigenizing and diversifying the vendor base, especially for 155 artillery shells to bold, resilient supply chains. The indigenous Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launch system is being examined. Pinaka has been made. It is an indigenous rocket launch system. This you should know. Last year, Army procured Pralay tactic ballistic missiles with a range of 400 kilometers and Nirbhay and Pralay, important names. Subsonic cruise missiles with a range of 1,000 kilometers. Pinaka can fire a variety of weapons. For artillery guns, Army has already drawn a roadmap to convert all guns to 155 millimeter standard. This is a huge thing for the Army. GST Council sets up GOM on compensation cess. The GST Council has set up a 10-member group of ministers chaired by Minister of State of Finance to decide on taxation of luxury, sin, and demerit goods. Once the compensation cess ends in March 2026. The report is to be submitted by December 31st. The GST regime compensation cess at varied rates is levied on luxury, sin, and demerit goods over and above the tax of 28%. Currently, it is taxed at above 28%. This cess was used to compensate states for revenue loss incurred by them post the introduction of GST. All right. Again, we've moved on to September 29th. This is the news of September 29th. Hezbollah chief killed in Israeli attack in Lebanon. BSF UIDAI to ask UIDAI to deactivate Aadhaar of undocumented migrants from Bangladesh to check on the illegal immigration. DPIIT, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, important, is working upon several rules and laws of various departments to decriminalize minor offences to promote ease of doing business. PM to launch rupees 11,200 crore projects for Maharashtra. With new scheme, sun shines on rooftop solar installations. PM Muft Bijli Solar Yojana is a INR 75,000 crore center-led scheme to install at least 1,000 crore rooftop solar installations across India. So this is important. This is basically for Muft Bijli Solar Yojana. Okay? At least 1 crore rooftop solar installation. Big thing. More RTR means that fewer people are dependent on electricity distribution companies, which are in deep debt in many states. PMSY provides for a subsidy of 60% of the solar unit cost for some systems up to 2 kilowatt capacity and 40% of additional system cost of systems between 2 kilowatt and 3 kilowatt. Lavrov emphasizes Russia's nuclear status at UN speech. Russia's top diplomat warned on Saturday against trying to fight to victory with a nuclear power. This came 3 days after Russian President Vladimir Putin aired a shift in his country's nuclear doctrine. Mr. Putin warned that if attacked by any country supported by a nuclear-armed nation, Russia will consider that as a joint attack. How will Nasrallah killing attempt impact West Asia? Okay, so now I've already made a video. I don't know if it has been aired or not, but on the Iran versus Israel, the new developments that have happened. So please check that out for a good knowledge on how it is going to shape West Asia and the Muslim world. Gulveer wins 5,000-meter gold in Challenge Cup with new national record. September 30th, 2024. Israel kills 2 more Hezbollah leaders, 1 senior commander amongst them. 92% of workers cleaning urban sewers, septic tanks belong to SC, ST, OBC groups. Data is gathered from over 3,000 urban local bodies in 29 states and union territories. 92% of total 38,000 workers belong to the above categories. Between 2019 and 2023, 337 people have died from hazardous cleaning of sewers. The profiling of such workers is being carried out as a part of the Namaste program, a scheme to mechanize all sewer work. Because this has been a big thing and बहुत बरसों से चलते हुए आ रहा है. It is definitely a time to mechanize this work because you can't just send another, a person inside here. It is inhuman. Okay. So in 2023, this scheme replaced the self-employment scheme of rehabilitation of manual scavengers. So basically, ये जो Namaste program, it replaced this program, okay, for rehabilitation of manual scavengers. Common practice standards must have India outlook. Navy chief holds talks on strategic ties with officials in Greece. India and Greece, this is a new thing, discussed avenues for cross-training in niche technologies and advanced courses as well as ways to strengthen strategic and operational ties. Admiral Tripathi held talks with his counterpart. Discussion was also focused on enhancing bilateral military cooperation and tackling evolving maritime challenges. His talks also focus on the criticality of trade routes. Big thing, big thing. What has Make in India achieved? PM urges participation in Create in India challenges. It says it is a huge platform. He encouraged people to participate in the 25 challenges under the Create in India theme launched by the Information and Broadcasting Ministry to promote talent and creativity. This can be asked, ये किसने Create India launch किया था, ठीक है? So which ministry launched it? So Information and Broadcasting Ministry, you should know this. Short is good to know again of October 1st. We move into October now. Mumbai and Ahmedabad bullet train project is on halt due to Japan's insistence on Japanese vendors for the trains and signaling systems. Delhi government restarted its 24/7 Green War Room to ensure effective implementation of the 21-point Winter Action Plan. Air Chief Marshal AP Singh takes over as Air Force Chief. Air Chief Marshal AP Singh. Biden approves $567 million in defense assistance for Taiwan. Those of you who don't know what is going on in Taiwan, please check it out. Again, very important in terms of geopolitics. Value of MOU inked under Rajasthan Global Investment Summit swells to INR 1250 lakh crore. The investors meet in the national capital for Rising Rajasthan Summit, which is to be held in Jaipur in December. Saw a large number of industrial groups and companies signing the MOUs with the state government's Bureau of Investment Promotion. The MOUs were signed across a range of sectors such as renewable energy, power transmissions, oil and gas, CNG, and cement, etc. Manipur government extends AFSPA in Hill District for 6 months. The Armed Forces Special Powers Act has been extended in the Hill districts, leaving 7 valley districts. Okay? So the act gives power to the army and CAPFs to arrest or kill anyone acting in contravention to the law, search any premises without warrant, and grant them protection from prosecution and legal suits without the union government's action. Okay? ASPA is a very important. Those who are from this क्या कहते हैं हाँ ASPA is very important with regard to again what is going on today. J&K, it was in J&K also at time pe, then Manipur, everything. So it is a huge controversy, not controversy, but it is a huge topic. It is a hot topic, I would say. Some people say it is a draconian law. Draconian matlab कि this is too harsh. It is too harsh on the people because you're basically giving them कि हाँ तुम मार सकते हो and nothing will happen to you. So people against AFSPA say that. Some people who are in in pro AFSPA basically, तो वो क्या कह रहे हैं कि it is okay because the situation demands it. It is for your benefit only. So there is a big hustle bustle इनके बीच में. इसके ऊपर पढ़ लेना, ठीक है? This is very important AFSPA पे. Center to digitize more municipal services. The National Urban Digital Mission (NUDM) aims to digitize municipal services across the country. New modules are to be introduced, such as online booking of community centers and registration of properties. NUDM was launched in 2021 to make a citizen-centric and ecosystem-driven approach to urban governance. Steady but slow. Contrary to criticism, industrial sector is growing at a fast pace. Niti Aayog CEO said while releasing the annual survey of industries, it claimed to have added 22 lakh jobs in 2022 to 2023. 22 lakh jobs have been added in the past year. The gross value added, GVA, grew by 73% over 2021 to 2022. It claimed that the growth surpassed the pre-pandemic levels, which is a huge thing. The industrial sector has been getting a lot of criticism from a lot of economists, international, national, whatever. Having private participation in India's nuclear energy. Trade deficit widens India's Q1 fiscal year 25 CAD to 9.7 billion. India's current account deficit widened in Q1 of fiscal year 2025 as compared to the Q1 of previous year. It is mainly because of the rise in merchandise trade deficit to $65 billion. Net FDI also increased to $6.3 billion in Q1 FY25. The current CAD is 1.1% of the GDP, which is huge and expected to be 1.5%. Indian shooters win 2 bronze medals in Junior Worlds. This Lakshita Pramod defeated Kanishka Dagar and Mukesh Neelavali. The bronze match में दोनों Indian teams थी, which is again very unfortunate. October 2nd, 2024. Again, short is good to know. Iran fires missiles at Israel in a new eruption of tensions in the Middle East. This I've covered in the video. 69.65% turnout in final phase of J&K election. 61.38% in first phase and 57.13% in second phase. Monsoon ends with 8% more rainfall than normal in season. GST growth slumped to a 40-month low of 6.5% in September this year, with revenues of INR 1 lakh crore. Shigeru Ishiba is the new Japanese Prime Minister. Panel deploys flying squads to curb stubble burning in Haryana, Punjab. Commission of Air Quality Management deployed flying squads in 26 districts of Punjab and Haryana. This will assess the situation on the ground in close coordination with authorities concerned and report to the panel and the CPCB. ISRO targets to launch Venus mission in March 2028 for 112-day journey to planet. This is India's first mission to Venus. Very important, okay? In the INR 1236 crore Venus Orbiter Mission, VOM, okay? This is the name of the mission, has been approved by the cabinet and the ISRO. VOM will be launched by Launch Vehicle Mark 3, LVM-3. The aim is to carry out science studies for the period of 5 years. There will be 19 payloads on VOM, out of which 16 are Indian. VOM will explore the planet's surface and atmosphere. Huge technology breakthrough here. In France, a summit of diplomacy, tech, and diversity. India does not share Japanese Prime Minister's view of Asian NATO. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar says that India does not support the view of Quad and the other alliances involving Japan eventually forming an Asian NATO to counter China from using military force. What does Asian NATO mean? Basically, Japan wants alag se a sub part inside NATO, Asian NATO, to counter China. India does not believe कि ये होना चाहिए. Why? We'll look into it. India has never been a treaty ally of any country. What does a treaty ally mean? Treaty ally basically means कि within a treaty, there are allies and there are enemies. India does not believe. It believes अगर तुम एक treaty के अंदर हो, all are equal and all are on the same team instead of making sub teams within that treaty. ठीक है? India pursues a policy of multi-alignment. This is basically this word defines Indian foreign policy. ठीक है? Multi-alignment and a result of global rebalancing accelerated by globalization, and this policy differs from the policy of non-alignment. ठीक है? तो बेसिकली ये जो इन्होंने द एशियन नेटो को है, Japanese Prime Minister, wanted this to go ahead, but India does not support this. Very important. Surgeon Vice Admiral Sarin is the first woman to head AFMS. What is AFMS? Armed Forces Medical Services. Basically, she is the first woman to assume charge as the Director General DGFMS. Okay? Very important for those who are going into SSB or who are studying for defense exams. DGFMS is directly responsible to the Defense Ministry for overall medical policy matters relating to the armed forces. She has the distinction of serving in all three forces: Lieutenant to Captain in Indian Army, Surgeon Lieutenant to Surgeon Vice Admiral in the Indian Navy, and Air Marshal in the Indian Air Force. Very decorated officer. India and France discussed defense cooperation and efforts to advance peace. India also discussed its plan to procure French planes and submarines for the Navy during the talks. France also agreed upon the cost reduction of 26 Rafale and fighters. They've already agreed upon it. And what all has been talked about? To procure French planes and submarines for the Navy. Parth Mane was crowned World Junior Champion as he won the air rifle gold, defeating Huang Linwalin of China by 0.7 points in the World Junior Shooting Championship in Lima. October 3rd, we've reached. The short is good to know lines. India calls for restraint as attacks escalate in West Asia. Lieutenant Commander Dilna K and Lieutenant Commander Rupa A began the journey of circumnavigating the globe for over 23,000 nautical miles. We've already covered this for those who remember. मेरे को तो बिल्कुल याद है, तुम लोगों को शायद याद नहीं हो. But we've covered this in our previous episodes. 200 major railway accidents took place in past 5 years and 351 people killed in those accidents. Gold, cools and oil surges amid escalations in West Asia. Israel declares UN Chief Antonio Guterres as a persona non grata and bans him from entering into Israel. So this is a huge thing. Okay? जो UN chief Antonio Guterres, he's been he's been banned from ever entering into Israel. Package launched for scheme saturation majority villages. PM launched the Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan across 550 districts for basic scheme saturation. It is an umbrella package to implement existing schemes in 63,000 ST majority villages. 25 interventions are planned under the package. Center will share the majority amount. China Vietnam red diplomacy. Okay, the National Disability Network (NDN) approached the central government for the inclusion. The scheme extends an INR 5 lakh health insurance per year per family. This is basically to include persons with disability in ABM PMJ scheme. India to host first Kho World Cup next year. Devanshi Mukesh wins sports pistol gold in World Juniors. Basically, India has done very well in World Junior Championship, shooting championship in Lima. Marathi, Assamese, Pali, and Prakrit languages get the classical language status. Internships to bridge job market skills gap. A portal for India's top 500 companies to participate in the 1 year internship scheme has been opened. Top 500 companies to participate. About 1 lakh youngsters are expected to join. Scheme is being steered by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. The cost to implement is about INR 800 crores. Why Italy matters to India. Jaishankar meets Dissanayake. Who is Dissanayake? Dissanayake is the new president, prime minister. I don't remember. The move is to keep with the Inida's neighbor first policy and Sagar outlook. The future of Indian projects include the Trincomalee infra project and energy projects will be discussed. Energy projects will be discussed and Trincomalee infra project. Dissanayake was earlier hosted by India earlier in the year. What is the status of the Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0? All agri sectors initiatives brought under two new schemes, states to implement them. All central schemes in the agri sector have been merged into two new schemes termed as Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana and Krishunnati Yojana. Total expenditure is at 1 lakh crore. PMRKVY aims at promoting sustainable agriculture and the KY aims at food security and agricultural self-sufficiency. They will also address nutrition security, climate resilience, value chain development, and private sector participation. The cabinet also approved the national mission on edible oils, oilseeds for boosting domestic oilseed production and achieving self-reliance in edible oils. Farmers earn less than 40% of the price paid for fruits, vegetables, RBI paper. Less than 40%. Middlemen and retailers seem to have cornered a large part of the price paid by consumers during the time of inflation. The farmers earn 75% of the consumer rupee spent on gram and 70% on moong and other pulses. Khushi claims 50-meter rifle, 3 position bronze. Basically, again, one more accolade for the Indian shooters, young Indian shooters.
So that's it from today's video, and please follow us on every social media platform for more such good content. And Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.